Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Urban Update. I'm Byron Barnett. On the program today, a gourmet and nutritional solution for those who find it hard to eat healthy while on the go. More on that later in the show. Also this morning, the major improvements to Harvard Street Neighborhood Health Center are on full display this week as a friendly and fun open house is scheduled for this Thursday. We'll have its new president and CEO, Stan McLaren, on the show later to make that formal invitation. But up first, early childhood experience matters, and parents have the power to shape their children's future from an early age. Unfortunately, many parents, especially young ones in underserved communities who are stressed and isolated, need support and guidance. Our next guests bring parents together in their own communities to build knowledge, skills, and support systems. Families First Parenting Programs has supported parents since 1988, and in the last decade alone, their expert parenting educators have worked with more than 25,000 parents and more than 50,000 children here in Massachusetts. To tell us more about how Families First parenting programs are having an impact in our community, we've invited Sue Covitz. She's Executive Director for Families First parenting programs, and Magda Rodriguez. She is the Director of Programming for the organization. Welcome to Urban Update. Thanks for coming in. Great to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
Sue, let me start with you with give us sort of more of a brief overview and a brief history of your program and how and why it came about.
So Families First is actually 30 years old today, so been around for quite some time. It was started as a partnership between Wheelock College and the Children's Museum. We were actually housed there initially, and at the very beginning, the concept was that all parents need support. No one is born knowing how to parent. You don't get a manual when you come home from the hospital that says this is how you raise a child. And so the organization was born out of that premise that all parents need support. So we were housed and based at the Children's Museum for quite some time before we became our own 501c3 and moved to Cambridge.
Okay, now Magda, talk to me about the parents that benefit from this program. Who are they? What are their needs?
Sure. We work with families in the greater Boston area, neighborhoods like East Boston, Roxbury, Dorchester. Our families come from low-income homes. A lot of them are stressed and isolated, as you mentioned it. They are great parents. They wanted to do their best. They want to really give the children all the resources that they need, but they realize that parenting is not easy, that they can benefit from tips, from tools, from strategies, and they can benefit from a group of parents that can support one and with each other. So that's our families. Everyone who really wants to learn more about parenting, support their children, and live in the greater Boston area.
Sue, what does the research show that drives your mission, and why the program is so important?
So the research is definitive on this, that if you provide a child, particularly for children, youngest children, birth to, let's say, 3, when brain development is at its most rapid state, providing children with a responsive relationship and positive experiences in the end can lead to incredibly strong outcomes for children. And when I talk about outcomes like that, I mean things like being ready to learn, fewer behavioral challenges, resilience, which I think is quite critical, and in the end for those children to be successful ultimately, whether that's graduating from high school. So starting early, when you can reach a child with a champion or one parent in particular who can support that child is most critical.
When you say positive experiences, what do you mean?
So things like parenting where you're able to decrease the stress around that child so that there's less trauma and stress in the end has a positive impact on the child.
Magda, what are some of the tangible skills and assets that parents take away from your program?
There's some knowledge about parenting that we have pulled out from research, and some basic things like your child temperament, that many times is genetic, and they are very similar to yours. So learning about temperament, learning about how the brain develops and how critical are those years. but they also learn very tangible skills like listening more, maybe yelling less. They also learn about media and the effects of media and television on the brain. They learn about that playing is so critical, that they should take the kids out to the park, and that is helping the kids to develop the brain in incredible ways. So there are really specific skills, but also some knowledge about development.
Taking kids to the park helps their brains?
Absolutely, yes. The brain needs to be exposed to exploring the world, contacting things, and how you even just going up to the slide, that's challenging your brain about making decisions, feeling confident about yourself. So you can go to the park too, because there are many things that the brain will help, will improve with that.
Sue, can you share any success stories that can shed a light on how the program is having a positive impact?
So we have the privilege and honor to go to many graduations from the Power of Parenting, and when we go to those graduations, we hear firsthand from the parents about the things that have changed in their lives. So they directly report things like an easier and better relationship with their child. As Magda said, less yelling, fewer tantrums, fewer challenges. They feel excited and happy and look forward to spending more time with their child. They feel increased confidence in their own parenting. All of this alongside a decrease in stress and also an increase in support networks that they report, in the end are the kinds of outcomes we see that will make a difference in the life of that family.
Okay. Magda, can you talk to me a little bit more about the Power of Parenting program?
Yes, the Power Parenting program is a 12-week interactive sessions. Parents meet weekly. They come together. Usually there's first like a dinner, like breakfast, and they can just get connected to each other. But then they are just a dynamic conversation about those topics that we mentioned. So that's the Power Parenting. We have a graduation at the end. We have opportunities for parent leaders to support that learning in the session. So it's a 12-week program. We do have an app that the parents can go home after the sessions and just go and watch the videos that we offer. So it's just a very dynamic, interactive program for parents and caregivers. Anyone, even a grandparent, a grandmother, whoever is taking care of a child can attend our programs.
Okay. Now, Sue, you're also using technology with a pretty cool parent app, I understand.
Yeah. So Magda just mentioned that, but one of the things that we've learned is that a number of our parents, of course, are reporting that they go to an app or go on to the internet to find new resources and information about parenting. And so we wanted to meet parents where they were at and provide some of our information, especially for those parents who are in the program. They can actually access our workshop materials. They can download a video, a tip. They can communicate with each other, and they can communicate with the parenting educator who is providing the instruction. So this is an innovation that we are testing out and learning more sort of day by day, but definitely one way for us to stay connected also to the parents over time. So we hope to use that as well for that.
And Magda, what about your parenting educators? What role do they play, and who are they?
I'm glad that you asked that, because when I came to Families First, that was my first role. I was facilitating trainings in Spanish to most of our amazing communities in East Boston. So they are experts in the field. They are facilitators with many, many years of experience, and they come to these sessions not as someone telling you what to do, but just to facilitate conversations and valuing those parents and all the knowledge that they also are bringing into the table. So they come from the communities, experts from the field, and they just create these amazing support groups that they can just last even for many, many years.
And Sue, so how can folks get involved or get more information about the program, or if they want to take advantage of your services?
Absolutely, yeah. So I would direct people right to our website. It's brand new. It has a lot of tips and information. So if there are parents who are listening to this and want to get more information, you should just go right to the website, which I think is scrolling on the screen somewhere. So if folks want to check that out, I would encourage that. And also, we provide this program, the Power of Parenting, in partnership with organizations. So there are many community health centers, early childhood centers, shelters. If you're listening and you're interested, you should check the website out, and you'll get right to Magda, who will help you set up a program.
And Magda, I guess something that Sue said earlier, that no one is born knowing how to parent. Nothing doesn't come with a rule book or anything like that. What would you just like to say to folks out there who might not really want to have the courage to come forward and say, I really need some help learning how to parent?
But I just want to say that we are coming from the basis that everybody's already doing a good job. We don't want to judge anyone and say you're not doing a good parent, you're not being a good parent. So, but we just all need support. There are new things that we can learn. It's good to be in a community that we don't feel judged, that we can just feel supported and we can just learn. And I know all the parents out there, you love your children. Parenting is no easy. I have 2 children, 14 and 18, and I know every day I wish I can go to a program to give me new tips. So come to our programs, and I know you will learn, but also will have fun and feel supported.
Okay, Magda Rodriguez and Sue Covitz, thank you both for coming in, and good luck with the program.
Thank you so much.
Okay, coming up next, a solution for those who find it hard to have a nutritional diet on the go. Details right here on Urban Update.